Hey everyone! Today we're diving into a really big discussion happening in schools. We're talking about books that have been around for a long time, but use words that can be hurtful, especially to black people. Some people think these books shouldn't be taught in schools anymore, while others believe it's important to learn from them. So let's explore both sides of this debate and see what we can learn. One of the books we're talking about today is called Of Mice and Men, written by the renowned author John Steinbeck. This classic novel, published in 1937, has been a staple in American literature for decades. Steinbeck's work often delves into the lives of the marginalized and the downtrodden, and Of Mice and Men is no exception. The story is set during the Great Depression, a time of immense economic hardship and social upheaval in the United States. Through its compelling narrative and complex characters, the book explores themes of friendship, dreams, and the harsh realities of life. The story revolves around two friends, George Milton and Lenny Small, who share a dream of owning their own piece of land. George is small and wiry but sharp and quick-witted, while Lenny is a giant of a man with immense physical strength but limited mental capabilities. Despite their differences, the two share a deep bond and a common goal: to escape the cycle of poverty and transient work that defines their lives. They dream of a place where they can live off the fata the lawn, as Lenny often says, a place where they can be their own bosses and find some measure of security and happiness. Lenny, with his childlike innocence and incredible strength, often finds himself in trouble because he doesn't understand his own power. He loves to pet soft things, but this innocent desire leads to tragic consequences. George, ever the protector, tries to keep Lenny out of harm's way, but the world they live in is unforgiving. The two men find work on a ranch, where they meet a variety of characters, each with their own dreams and struggles. Among them is Candy, an aging handyman who fears being cast aside, and Curly, the boss's aggressive son, who is always looking for a fight. The challenges George and Lenny face are numerous and daunting. The Great Depression has left many people desperate and distrustful, and the ranch is no exception. The men there are wary of newcomers, and Lenny's lack of social understanding makes him an easy target. Despite their best efforts, the dream of owning their own land seems to slip further and further away. The harsh realities of their world, marked by economic instability and social prejudice, constantly threaten to derail their plans. The novel paints a vivid picture of the struggles faced by itinerant workers during this tumultuous period in American history. One of the most poignant characters in the story is Crooks, the black stable hand who lives in isolation because of his race. Crooks is a symbol of the racial discrimination that was rampant during the 1930s. He is intelligent and proud, but the constant prejudice he faces has left him bitter and lonely. His interactions with George and Lenny reveal the deep-seated injustices of the time and add another layer of complexity to the novel's exploration of human suffering and resilience. Crook's plight serves as a stark reminder of the social barriers that existed and the pain they caused. Of Mice and Men not only highlights the struggles of its characters, but also serves as a commentary on the broader societal issues of the era. The book has been the subject of much debate and controversy over the years, particularly regarding its language and themes. Some people are concerned about the use of racial slurs and the portrayal of violence, arguing that it can be harmful or offensive. However, others believe that these elements are essential to the story's authenticity and its ability to convey the harsh realities of the time. The novel continues to be a powerful tool for discussion and education, prompting readers to reflect on the past and consider the progress that has been made, as well as the work that still needs to be done. The other book is To Kill a Mockingbird. It's about a young girl named Scout who learns about racism and injustice in her town. Her dad, Atticus, is a lawyer who defends a black man falsely accused of a crime. Even though Atticus proves the man is innocent, the jury still finds him guilty. This book shows how prejudice can hurt innocent people, but it also uses hurtful language that some people find upsetting. The main reason people are concerned about these books is because of the bad words used to describe black people. These words are not just offensive, they carry a heavy historical burden. They were used during times of slavery, segregation, and systemic racism to dehumanize and oppress black individuals. When these words appear in literature, they can evoke painful memories and emotions for those who have been directly or indirectly affected by racism. This is why many parents and educators are deeply concerned about their presence in educational materials. These words have a long history of being used to hurt and degrade black people. During the Jim Crow era, racial slurs were commonplace and were used to enforce a social hierarchy that placed black people at the bottom. The civil rights movement fought hard to challenge and change these oppressive systems, but the scars of that era remain. The use of racial slurs in literature can serve as a painful reminder of this history, making it difficult for some to separate the words from their historical context. Some people believe that even reading these words in a book can be harmful, especially for students who have faced racism themselves. For these students, encountering racial slurs in their reading material can be a jarring and distressing experience. It can bring up feelings of anger, sadness, and frustration, and can make them feel isolated or targeted. This is particularly concerning in a classroom setting where the goal is to create a safe and inclusive environment for all students. They worry that these words can make students feel ashamed or angry and create a negative learning environment. When students are exposed to racial slurs in their reading material, it can disrupt their ability to focus and engage with the content. It can also lead to tension and conflict within the classroom, as students may have different reactions to the material. Teachers play a crucial role in navigating these challenges, providing support and guidance to help students process their emotions and foster a respectful and understanding classroom culture. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure that all students feel valued and respected, and that their educational experience is not marred by the harmful impact of racial slurs. The decision to remove these books from some schools was made to protect students' feelings. Educators want to create a safe and welcoming space for everyone, and they believe that exposing students to hurtful language, even in books, can be damaging. They want to make sure that all students feel respected and supported in school. On the other hand, some people believe that removing these books is like hiding from history. They argue that it's important to learn about the past, even the unpleasant parts, and understand how language and attitudes have changed over time. They worry that banning books might prevent students from learning about important social issues and forming their own opinions. Those who support teaching these books believe that they can be valuable tools for learning about racism and injustice. They argue that when taught with care and sensitivity, these books can spark important conversations about prejudice, discrimination, and the importance of equality. They believe that by studying challenging literature, students can develop critical thinking skills and become more understanding and compassionate individuals. This debate also highlights the need for diverse books and resources in schools. While classic novels can be helpful, it's important to include stories from different perspectives, especially from Black authors who have experienced racism firsthand. Using films, documentaries, and other engaging resources can also help students learn about these important issues in new and impactful ways. So, what's the answer? It's a tough question. In today's educational landscape, finding the right balance between safety and open dialogue is more challenging than ever. Students are constantly navigating a complex world filled with diverse opinions and sensitive topics. The classroom becomes a microcosm of society where these issues play out in real time. Both sides of the debate have valid points. On one hand, there's a pressing need to ensure that students feel safe and protected within the school environment. This means implementing policies and practices that prevent harm and create a secure space for learning. On the other hand, it's equally crucial to foster an atmosphere where students can freely express their thoughts and engage in meaningful discussions. It's important to protect students from harm, both physical and emotional. This involves not only safeguarding them from external threats, but also addressing issues like bullying, mental health, and emotional well-being. Teachers and administrators play a pivotal role in creating a supportive environment where students feel valued and understood, but it's also important to learn from the past. History offers valuable lessons that can inform our present and future actions. By studying historical events and understanding their impact, students can develop a deeper appreciation for the complexities of the world around them. This knowledge empowers them to make informed decisions and contribute positively to society, and have open conversations about difficult topics. These discussions are essential for personal growth and societal progress. They encourage critical thinking, empathy, and a willingness to consider different perspectives. In a world that is increasingly polarized, the ability to engage in respectful dialogue is more important than ever. Ultimately, it's up to educators to create a learning environment that is both safe and enriching for all students. This requires a delicate balance of enforcing rules and encouraging freedom of expression. Educators must be equipped with the tools and training to navigate these challenges effectively. They need to be able to recognize the signs of distress, mediate conflicts, and provide support when needed. By listening to different perspectives and promoting empathy, educators can help students develop the skills they need to thrive in a diverse and interconnected world. Empathy is the cornerstone of a compassionate society. It allows individuals to understand and share the feelings of others, fostering a sense of community and mutual respect. We can help create a more just and equitable world for everyone. When students learn to appreciate diversity and advocate for social justice, they become agents of change. They are better prepared to tackle the challenges of the future and contribute to a more inclusive and fair society. The journey towards a balanced educational experience is ongoing, but with dedication and effort, it is achievable.
So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and let's turn the page on a new adventure together. Get ready to experience books like never before, only on VBook 360. Like, comment, and share to support the channel and keep the video magic alive. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, every video has a story, and every story deserves to be shared. See you in the next video.